Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, Crown Prince, Prime Minister, and Chairman of the Council of Economic and Development Affairs, Excellencies, Heads of States and Governments, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to express my profound appreciation to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz for convening the first ever Saudi-Africa Summit and for the gracious hospitality extended to us since our arrival to the great city of Riyadh. This summit is a unique moment in the history of Saudi-Africa relations, offering an opportunity for all of us to reflect on our potential for cooperation anchored in Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and the African Union's Agenda 2063. I wish to recall our historic and spiritual ties rooted in a vibrant past in which Africa provided sanctuary and hospitality to the followers of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Ethiopia welcomed and protected the companions of the Prophet against injustice and persecution. Geographic proximity between the African continent and the Arabian Peninsula has also enabled these historic relations to flourish. While contact with the continent by way of Ethiopia is believed to have occurred before 1000 BC, archaeological evidence suggests the South Arabian influence and permanent settlement in northern Ethiopia during the second half of the first millennium BC. Our historic ties are deep and inspires collective hope for a more enduring relationship. Over the last several decades, the Kingdom's commitment to Africa's development has also found practical expression through Saudi Fund for Development and other financial institutions contributing to social and economic development. Efforts to the continent's development through investments in infrastructure, renewable energy, agriculture, health, and education is commendable. Africa is now laying the foundation for continental integration, deploying its resources for growth as enshrined in its Agenda 2063, and making significant strides in its quest for economic sovereignty. Through synergy with Saudi Vision 2030, the hopes for Saudi-Africa cooperation, investment, trade, and mutual economic development are significant. Excellencies, global supply chain disruptions have undoubtedly had a grave effect on the African continent. Hence, continental food security and food sovereignty has become an ever more important agenda. For Ethiopia, the agriculture sector is one of our 5 key pillars and drivers of development. Through our national wheat initiative, we have increased yields by cultivating over 6 million hectares of land twice a year. A year ago, we also launched a massive undertaking to encourage both large and small-scale poultry, dairy, livestock farming, as well as urban agriculture through a national initiative we call Bounty of the Basket. We see synergy with Saudi Arabia's agricultural self-sufficiency aspirations and propose to deepen cooperation on food security and food sovereignty by challenging our respective potentials and strengths. Hence, allocating more resources, capital and investments in pursuit of transforming the agriculture sector in Africa, encouraging Saudi enterprises to participate in agriculture investments and cooperation in agro-processing and agri-businesses programs will be mutually beneficial. Another area of commonality on which to build upon it in the Middle East Green Initiative regional effort led by Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative that is going regional through green diplomacy efforts. Since 2019, Ethiopia has been taking practical measures in contributing to climate change, mitigation, and adaptation. Through this massive afforestation program, which mobilizes over 25 million citizens annually, we have planted 32.5 billion seedlings. By the end of 2026, we will have reached our total target of 50 billion trees planted since the launch of the Green Legacy Initiative. The impact could be equated to removing 64 million gasoline-powered cars from the roads for a whole year. In alignment with the Middle East Green Initiative, our Green Legacy Initiative will have far-reaching and positive generational consequences. We must therefore accelerate cooperation on green development, enhancing the synergy of our green development initiatives. Excellencies, there is great complementarity in our development aspirations as adopted continentally in African Union's Agenda 2063, in the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and in Saudi's Vision 2030. We must look into deepening cooperation, placing development financing high on the agenda of Saudi-Africa cooperation, so as to seize the opportunity presented in these visions for economic advancement. We should also give primacy to the world's largest free trade area in the continent to expand economic and trade cooperation, explore new areas of cooperation, and reach the strategic interests of Saudi-Africa relations. In conclusion, I would like to affirm that Ethiopia is fully committed to work with Saudi Arabia in close collaboration for the mutual development of our two countries and for the strengthening of Saudi-Africa relations. I thank you. Shukran jazilan.